Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in honor of Pride, I've decided to do a look for each color of the rainbow, and we're starting with red. I'm following good old ROYGBIV, so here's red. I'm using the Ben Nye Cream colors in white to just get a good base, getting it nice and opaque on the eye and just blending it out with my finger. And then I'm going to take the James Charles palette and I'm taking that like bright red shade. I'm just putting that right in my crease using a small fluffy blending brush. I decided not to set this to make the red more vibrant, but to be perfectly honest with you, I should have set it because it got a little creasy. And I'm just going to take this color and kind of use a very light hand to build it up in my crease, that way we don't get too much color at once. And I'm just kind of, I guess, rounding it off at the top so that it's like a very soft, blended, almost like a halo effect, but, without the shimmer in the middle. And then I'm going to take a clean Profusion angled brush. It doesn't look clean, but it is. And I just kind of blended the edges out. And now I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm taking that like deep burgundy-ish orange, like a burgundy red shade. Putting that on the outer corner, blending it into my crease a bit. And then I'm just kind of blending everything together. I'm using that same small fluffy blending brush as well. And then I'm just building the darker color up to add a little bit more definition since the reds are kind of similar. And I'm just kind of like angling it, I guess, so that it makes like a sharper edge. And then I'm taking that shimmery deep red and I'm using this small little Makeup For You brush to just apply that all over my lid. I did spray this shade with my e.l.f. setting spray, but I recommend like using a glitter glue or something, or a concealer, just to really get the shadow to stick and stay where you want it to stay. And then I'm just taking a brown eyeshadow over top, like a warm orangey brown, and I'm taking that over top of the first shade I used just to, blend everything out and cover up the rest of the white on my lid. So now I'm taking the Stunna lip paint in Uncensored, and I'm taking a little eyeliner brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to create an eyeliner with this red lipstick. So you gotta be kind of careful with this, but luckily the lip paint does take some time to dry down, so you have time to like play around with it and get your wing right. I did get this all over my lashes though, so I would try and avoid that just because, it's going to make your lashes kind of hard. And I'm just kind of doing like getting it in the inner corner, kind of angling it on the outside, giving it a little wing. And now I'm just going to put on a ton of mascara. This is Rimmel London. I think it's the Scandal Eyes. I don't have any falsies because I don't have any glue. So I'm just going to put on a ton of mascara and try to get my lashes as big and built up as possible. And now we are finally moving on to the rest of the face. I did clean up my eyeshadow a little bit with makeup wipe. I'm using this MAC Prep. It's like a matte prep primer. It's a sample. I'm just putting that all over. And I'm going to go back into the James Charles palette and use that big old white shade in like the big pan and just highlight my brow bone with that. If you have like a very pale red, that could also work, but I think that the only reds I have are too dark. Now I'm taking the e.l.f., what is this stuff called? Eyebrow gel. Sorry, it's late. And I'm just running that through my brows. Let me know how you guys feel about my brows. I don't particularly love them in this video because I used a new pomade that I'm not sure how I feel about yet. I don't know, do you guys think they look okay? Also, I shook this bottle really hard. I don't know what I was doing. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in Tiramisu. I only took a little bit of that because it's like super full coverage and a little bit too dark for me. But I just kind of dotted it on the face, and then I'm mixing it with another foundation. This foundation is from Shop Miss A, I have a video on that. I pre-filmed it, so you guys will be seeing that video very shortly, and then you'll hear all my thoughts about this product and a bunch of other Shop Miss A products. I also want to apologize for the lighting in this video. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in a new location. So I was trying to figure out the lighting. I had to use natural lighting because I couldn't bring my ring light. Well, so yeah, there's all those lines on my face from the blinds, but I tried, you guys. Like, I couldn't get the blinds to go up all the way because they're broken, so the lighting was bad. I'm sorry. It'll be better. I'm using my concealer. This is Maybelline Age Rewind. And when I opened it, there was already like a bunch of product on the applicator, so I guess when I put it away last time, like I twisted it up on accident. So I didn't even need to twist up for any more product. And I'm just going to blend it out real quick. I don't remember what I said in my last couple of videos, but I'm pretty sure I said that I wasn't crazy about this concealer, but it is slowly but surely starting to grow on me. And I'm just going to set it real quick with the Wet n Wild Photo Focused Powder. I cannot speak tonight. And I just kept like building up the powder so that it would be a little bit thicker underneath my eyes because, let's be real, I need the coverage. And then I just set the rest of the highlighted areas with that powder. And then I went into the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder and set the rest of my face. This is in the shade Dark. And I'm just using my big fluffy Mary Kay powder for that. And I'm just going to contour real quick. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder in 375. And I went pretty light on that because this powder is a little bit cool toned and everything else is so like warm and red, obviously. So I just went kind of soft on the contour. And now I'm going back into the James Charles palette. I'm taking that same bright red shade and very lightly applying it to my cheeks as a blush, very softly because it's quite bright. But I really started to like the like monochromaticness going on. I really liked it, so I added the darker red from the Jaclyn Hill palette along with that other red shade next to it. And then I'm taking the shimmery red shade next to that bright red in the James Charles palette, and I'm just going to highlight with that. Sorry I don't know any of the shade names to the James Charles palette colors. I bought mine off of Poshmark, so it didn't come in like its original packaging, so I always have to look up the shade names after, so I'll put them in the description box. And then I'm just blending out that eyeshadow as a highlight because, like, obviously the color is like very, it's very noticeable. But I really like the way it looks with the all red together, and I was really feeling it. And I'm just going to set my face real quick. This is the e.l.f. setting spray that I always use. And then I just decided to finish up my eyes by smoking out the lower lash line. So I'm mixing together a couple colors from the Jaclyn Hill palette, that like orangey shade and that deep red. And just using this little, like, I don't even know what you would call this brush. It's like completely flat on the top. A dome brush, I guess. And smoking that out. And adding that darker color to really deepen it up. And then I'm taking the same shimmer that I used on all over my lid, and I'm putting that like in the center. Finally, we are moving on to lips. So I'm gonna line my lips. This is a brown lip liner, but I suggest red. I just didn't have a red one. So I'm using the brown just to kind of get the outline of my lips because I was too nervous to do this without any, type of guidelines. But I'm taking this long-lasting liquid lipstick, and it's the number 33. It doesn't have like a color name, and I'm just kind of, outlining my lips with that. And I tried to be really careful and, get my lines right and, make sure it looks nice and neat because we all know how floppy red lipstick looks. It looks awful. Yet, in about 20 seconds, I'm gonna mess it up and my lips are gonna look sloppy. So I went back to the Fenty Uncensored lip color, and I put that in the center, and I'm just blending it out, and I'm taking the darker red and kind of mixing the two together, trying to blend it out so that the ombre doesn't look so bad. Also, I don't know how I didn't notice that there was still like white on my eyes from that Ben Nye, like, you know, up by my nose, but whatever, we fixed it. And here's a narcissistic montage of me admiring my work. And yep, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. The next color is orange.